Well, hey there, and welcome to my After Hours channel. I'm Tiffany Apan, and we're on location at Castle Blood, and this will also be on the Bonfires and Castles podcast as well for our Halloween and Samhain episodes, because you guys kind of delve a little bit into like the fantasy realms as well, along with horror. And and I would say this kind of counts as historical too, because you guys have been around forever, number one, and number two, this haunted attraction is inside over 100 years old.
1905.
Yeah, 1905. So yeah, established in 1905 funeral home. So it's a little bit of a historical landmark too. So, but yes, this will be on both channels. But very happy to be back here. I always enjoy coming here. And yes, so state your name for the lovely people.
All the people. You don't have to be
all the people. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am Ricky Dick, the owner and proprietor and head crazy person here at Castle Blood. You might know me online as Gravely Macabre. That's my character when we're performing here. And I've been Gravely performing at the castle and owning the castle for 33 years now. 32 years of that I've been Gravely. I was one of the vampires that owned the castle the very first year.
Ooh, okay.
And that was many years and many pounds ago, so that costume is in the archives.
It's in the, what is it, the Hall of Fame or something?
Yeah, we'll go, absolutely.
Yeah, so you guys have been around for quite some time, as I said. What is like the story behind Castle Blood and how it came to be, and you guys have like traveled to a bunch of locations.
Sure.
You guys have had a couple different homes. So yeah, we'd love to know about just the entire history of the haunted attraction and how you guys came to be in a 100-plus-year-old funeral home. So
well, it's a long and winding one. I'll try to edit it down for you.
Mm-hmm.
Originally being from New Jersey, I'll use the Kevin Smith clerk's phrase of, I'm not even supposed to be here today, because none of this was really planned to happen. My friends, family, we are all costume makers, variety arts performers. We have magicians, clowns, even like Ringling trained clowns perform here.
Yeah.
But I've always been doing the costume and Halloween thing. First as a kid, just old enough to have hit the tail end of the big monster craze in the 60s. So I got swept up in that and tried to learn makeup, tried that. My mom taught me to sew when I was in Cub Scouts, so I have an idea of, if you're going to earn all the patches, you got to sew them on yourself, that kind of thing. It turned into owning a costume shop in the 80s. Actually, speaking of Kevin Smith, right around the corner from where his comic book store is now. My building's long gone.
Yeah.
He's still there. Who knows? I always wonder if he was a customer when he was a kid, because he's that much younger than me,
maybe,
right?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That turned into becoming more of a performer. I was a clown and a magician for many years. I was a Pizza Hut balloon twisting clown, stuff like that, and I did a little circus work too. So there's always been since 1983, I haven't really had a normal job. It's been Halloween or costuming or something like that.
I'm sure that's a dream for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Performing wise, that turned also into people wanting the costumes that I was making.
Yeah.
So I was on the road for a long time doing all the conventions, magicians and clowns and jugglers and everything all over the country selling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also always gone to science fiction conventions and done the costume masquerades, now called cosplay. It's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of fanish people dressing up silly. All good. Doesn't matter what you call it.
Yep.
And made quite a name for myself doing that. International rankings and whatever.
Yeah.
And one year in 1992, we did a series of vampire costumes that were very, very elaborate. Movie quality, tons of beadwork, tons of handwork, tons of details, whatever.
Yeah.
And did very well with them, both regionally and then at the national convention. And we decided to just wear them to open the door for trick or treat that year.
There you go.
Yeah, we did actually. We had a wraparound porch on our old house. So they'd come up the porch, walk around, see all of us, and go back down. A couple of silly tombstones in the driveway kind of thing. And because we were going to be vampires, we had dressed up as other things before.
Right.
But the kids in town started calling it a castle, because
Ah.
coming off the road, it was kind of high up the little hill because you had to walk all those stairs to the porch.
Yeah.
And then a tall Victorian building, so to little kids it seems enormous.
Mm-hmm.
So between that and vampires, we decided to call it Castle Blood. Thought it was just a one-shot deal.
Mm-hmm.
Wear our costumes, we'll do something else next year.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And it's just stuck. It was so popular. And even, there's only 500 people in Bellsville, Pennsylvania, where we were. We got more than 500 trick-or-treaters.
Wow.
Right. So
That's
like,
a lot of trick-or-treaters.
I think we've clicked on something here.
Yeah.
The next year we changed characters to be a little more Addams Family-ish because those competition costumes were not comfortable to wear all night long and really do stuff,
Right.
And because of the magic-y background, when people would come through, by the second year, we would start doing little effects to produce their candy magically, that kind of thing. So that kind of set us on a course of classic Universal and Hammer film horror and some fun and silliness of Addams Family and Munsters.
Nice.
And kind of set the course,
Yeah.
right there for what we did. In '96, we moved to our first big building, and that's when we started the actual game aspect
Okay.
of it, where it's like you had to actually earn your way from room to room, to find the 3 talismans.
Yeah.
Sent on a quest every year to go do that and work your way through. There weren't any such thing as escape rooms at the time. There was none of that, and everybody in the haunt industry thought I was crazy. No. You chase him through as fast as you can. You scare the living hell out of him. You get him with a chainsaw. You get him out. You get the new next group in. And to all of us performers, it was just boring.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to all those haunts.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
we love
I
them,
mean,
but-
we are in the land of Romero here as we
Yes.
speak. So,
Yeah.
But of course, because we're in the land of Romero, there was already back in the '90s, there were 10 other haunts doing that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So why try to beat them at
Right.
what they're great at?
Yeah.
Even ones that had Romero's name or on it,
Exactly.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? So, we figured we need to play to our strengths. We need to look really cool. We need to build really cool props.
Yeah.
And we need to do interesting things performance-wise. And that's kind of the deal,
Yeah. Yeah, wow. So you guys went through this really big evolution to get to where you're at now.
Yep.
And so you said your character, we all know, everybody who's familiar with Castle Blood is familiar with your character, Gravely. So
Hey, you want an inside scoop?
Yeah.
I should have done this on the behind the scenes tour.
Oh,
My
okay.
original name wasn't going to be Gravely. I knew I wanted to be Celtic somehow. And when I was drawing the sketch, first off, all of my grandfathers lost their hair, so I thought by this age I would look like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror, but I didn't, right?
Yeah.
And the first Celtic-y kind of name I came up with is Mausoleum, which we squashed that pretty quick, and
Love it, yeah.
and took our cues from the Addams Family, we thought that Gravely Macabre and it was Cousin Denny.
Yeah.
Uncle Creepy and stuff like that would all just be the relatives that you would see in the Addams Family movies
Okay.
that came out in the
Yeah.
90s, when they'd have the big ballroom scene
Oh, yeah.
and everybody was weird. Well, that would be all of us. So we didn't have to look like Raul Julia or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
We could just be related somehow. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's kind of inspiration for all that.
That's really cool, and it's cool that he has a Celtic background and everything.
Yeah, Macabre, that's
and-
why we spell it with the 2 C's, right? So it's M-A-C.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah. And does he have a backstory?
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
not as old as the castle itself,
Mm-hmm.
because the castle started in, I suppose, what now is probably Ukraine, or whatever, because before Russia or Ukraine were really countries in our old legend.
Mm-hmm.
But once the vampires had their fill of Eastern Europe, they moved to Scotland, and that's where they met the Macabre family. And kind of in exchange for extended lifespans, they became basically the Renfields of the castle. So we would do the day. We're technically, I suppose, in real hardcore mythology, since you're talking about Samhain and those folks watching us too. I think we would be called wights.
Okay.
So we're not fully dead, we're not fully alive, we're somewhere in the middle zone. We can go out in the daylight, so we could take care of business for everything. You know?
Oh, okay.
So even now, technically, the vampires may or may not still be around.
Yeah.
And the vampires that are here now are like the spawns of them.
Okay.
You know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, and then when they decided to move everybody to the new world, they just scooped up all the Macabre family.
Oh, okay.
And we came along.
And then you just kind of came along, and cool. So yeah. So when exactly did you guys move into? Did the Macabres move into this lovely funeral?
Our first Halloween season here was 2014.
Ooh,
We had finally got the place in April
Mm-hmm.
of 2014, and managed. It wasn't as nice as we wanted it to be, but we actually managed to open that October.
Okay.
And it was already. It had been empty since 2009.
Yeah.
So it had been scavenged and urban explored.
Yeah.
And the big nationally known makeup and special effects school is right down the street, so you can imagine those folks love to have
I'm
parties
sure.
in here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty trash. So the thing we always have to do here is work on the building
Okay.
and then work on the Halloween.
And work on Halloween.
You know, because we had to get rid of all the plumbing, get rid of all the electric, get rid of all the everything, and just start from scratch. To the point of digging holes, tearing up the porch and digging holes,
Yeah.
so we could get proper grounding from the water lines for the, you know, and
Yeah.
just all the inspection process was crazy.
Yeah, I'm
And,
sure.
and every time something happens, a
Mhm.
leaky roof or a wall doesn't seem right or whatever,
Yeah.
and we go to repair it, we have to repair it to modern right now code. You know,
Yeah.
so that's
Mhm.
it's a lot here.
So it is. It's a lot of upkeep and
If we didn't already
maintenance
have 20 years of stuff,
Yeah.
we never would have made it that first year to
Yeah.
open because
Yeah.
we
Well,
were
we're
just
glad you
working on
did. Yeah.
just working on the building.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and so and I know you got, I saw on your social media, you guys recently had some paranormal investigators here. So have you, like, because I know you're probably here by your lonesome quite a bit. So have you had like any encounters, or does this place have like its because I know some historical sites that like I've performed at and done some like work for, like they all seem to have their resident ghost or resident spirit.
It seems
Do you guys
so.
have anything like that
Especially
here?
being in such an old building, in such a, you know, old brown town,
Oh, yeah.
you know, steel kind of town or whatever, there's always stories about this building,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
So we heard lots of stories when we first moved in. And I can say that since we've been here, nothing malicious has happened. On the other hand, we have not seen the librarian from Ghostbusters fly out of a wall. So we're kind of in the middle there.
Yeah.
We've had customers touched when they're standing against a solid wall. They feel like somebody's tugging their belt loop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Once in a while, a little hair pulling, but it's, you know, it's not. That's not the kind of show we do. So it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's not any of that. When we're here working on our own, we hear footsteps and we go look to make sure it's not just one of us. And you know, I mean,
Yeah.
in the room we're sitting in right now, a couple weeks ago, I was here by myself. I was sitting in this chair. Obviously, we have more lighting because of your camera lights, but it was mostly just this lighting. And I saw, for my peripheral vision, to look up, because it's not how it always is, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I saw a shadow come down that hallway and go out that door
Yeah.
over there, you know. And if you look at the lights that are in here, there's no real way a shadow, you know, the light would have to be on the other side of the shadow to be a shadow, right? So I didn't see, it was just a shadow. I didn't see a specific shape. I didn't whatever.
Yeah.
But stuff like that happens all the time, you know.
Oh,
or
yeah.
there's been one time one of the girls was working in the other hallway, and she heard footsteps. It was me and her working, but I had run to Lowe's for something. You know, TM Lowe's sent us a gift card.
There you go. Hey.
And
you up there.
She didn't know if I was back or not yet. She heard footsteps, and it came through one of the you know, secret cast doors, and she heard the footsteps go in front of her and down the ramp into the crypts.
Oh, wow.
Didn't feel any cold. Didn't see, you know, no anything like that
Right.
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really what she claimed she heard, because when I came back, she was not working in that room. She was in another room, just sitting there quietly waiting for me.
Yeah, just like, I heard something.
Yeah, so,
you know?
so that kind of stuff happens all the time
Yeah.
here, both when we're just working and when guests are here.
Mhm.
And anytime there's paranormal investigators here,
Yeah.
they always seem happy with the results they get.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
sometimes they've taken pictures of very bizarre shadows that you can interpret the way you want, you know.
Mhm.
Whenever they're here, we always have to steer clear of being much with them, just to make sure that they don't think we're doing it.
Right, yeah,
You know,
of course,
special
yeah.
effects being what we do.
Oh
for a
yeah,
living,
well yeah, because
right?
you guys have like some pretty cool special effects
Right.
here that you've even like you've gotten from like Disney and everything.
But even
and,
some of the animations, you know, even if I forget to turn something off on those tours, the voices sound very Disney-ish, very Scooby-Doo-ish.
Yeah.
There's really no thinking it's real paranormal activity, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, but it was definitely cool, like coming through here on that VIP tour and like just finding out just all sorts of things that like I didn't know. Like in my years coming here, like there like some things were. I mean I don't want to like give away any spoilers because I know you guys are kind of toying with the idea of like doing something like that in September
doing
or
more,
something.
yeah, we think.
Yeah. So, but there are some things where you would say that some of the stuff was just made out of the most mundane things, just because everything is just so beautifully put together and just so well orchestrated. You would think, hey, like this was done like spending gazillions of dollars or something.
We've never had gazillions of dollars.
but just some of the most random stuff that like some of the most intricate pieces that you guys have are made from, and it's just like, really, wow.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I have talented people. I don't have rich people, but I do have talented people.
Sometimes that's more important, though, you know,
for
because
sure.
you're able to just kind of like just.
I mean, some work days on here, work days on the weekends or whatever, when the cast isn't at their regular job, it's kind of like just looking around and go, okay, what do we got and what can we do?
What can we build? Exactly. Like there's that Pepsi can over there. What can we make it out of? Yeah, there you go. And you guys have a different theme every year for your haunted attraction. What would you say is your most favorite theme that you guys have done?
As far as the overall tour,
Yeah,
we
the
write
overall
a different.
tours, yes.
It's not like we change the rooms every year. Because a lot of the characters, some of the characters have been here 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
But we do have a different story. You're set on a different set of challenges all the time. So some of the fun ones are just trying to see what we can get away with our toe in reality, so people believe the stories we're telling.
Okay.
There's times that we make up stories that because we don't want to be offensive to like any churches.
Oh, of course,
or people that lived in town. So I can tell this one because it's so long ago now. It was one of the first years we were in this building. We did a little seance-y thing where we would try and contact some spirits, and we told a story about the Menneson Orphanage fire. I don't know if you were here that year or not. 1895. We showed you a picture of the building and like the class picture, kind of group picture of the kids and stuff like that. And it was a bad fire, and nobody made it, right? And everybody was identified except for 3 kids. This funeral home, he was always all 4 families that have owned this funeral home had the reputation of not being the most expensive or fanciest, but always doing what was needed for the community.
Okay, yeah.
Like God forbid you're a floater in the river down the street, they would be the ones to take care of you. So he took care of these 3 kids. And we summoned them so that we put the picture down of them, we did the stuff, whatever, we picked the picture back up, and it said in chalk writing right across from us, please come help us. Right?
Yeah.
So that was the nice weird contact of the kids, and it played out throughout the whole story.
Yeah.
The thing was, Menneson wasn't even here in 1895. Because I didn't want to tick off any families that may, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we placed it 2 or 3 years before Menneson was even founded, let alone that they would have a big giant orphanage.
Yeah.
So that was fun. It was fun to know that people would get into our storyline so much, you know,
Yeah,
because as I would be
absolutely.
doing that was when I was still performing all the time. So some years I was in here doing the thing, and it's a magic trick to make the lettering appear on the picture that you're kind of looking at,
Oh,
right?
of course, yeah.
But over and over again, people go, "Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. Oh, this and that." I'm like, just trying to, yeah, it's sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Trying not to laugh, you know, while I'm doing the story. And then 3 or 4 years later, maybe more than that.
Yeah.
It's in the summer, like a hot day today. I'm outside working in the courtyard doing
Yeah.
something, I don't remember. And a car pulls up.
Uh-huh.
And because of the makeup school down the street, we get the equivalent of tourist people that are coming to see where their kids might go to school.
Okay, yeah.
So we get people that aren't from here driving around, and they see this place. So if they're into special effects, of course they see the place.
Of course, yeah.
So the lady driving rolls down and goes, "Hey, could you tell us where the orphanage used to be in town?
Oh.
We heard this story about it, and we want to go check it out."
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I'm not
man.
really sure where it
I'm
is."
not sure. Yeah, it's a mystery.
Yeah, you know, like, wow, castle stories have turned into urban legends in the Mon Valley.
There you go. It's like, yeah,
I
you'll
gotta be careful
probably.
what I
I
write.
know, right? You'll probably be hearing another one now that you guys probably spun for your tour and
Yeah.
everything. And it's like people be like, oh, what about that, monster that appeared in the river or something like
Oh,
that?
you mean
right?
Manesi?
Manesi, yes,
Yeah,
there you
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, no, Manesi's real.
Kind of like, the Loch Ness,
Right. This was, 3 eyes because it's not as
Three
clean
eyes,
as Loch Ness.
Oh, goodness, yeah. So, yeah, so now you guys also have tours all year round as well. So you guys have like one for pretty much for most of each holiday.
Yeah, we started in 2012. We added a Christmas show, which I
Okay.
think is pretty early for people doing Christmas shows at once.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2 years later, in 15, we started halfway to Halloween shows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did a Valentine's show in between that, yeah. Valentine's we stopped because it was always way too cold.
Uh-huh.
February is just brutal in this area. You can
Of
never
course,
tell.
yeah, because you guys did a
But-
Valentine's Day
Yeah,
one.
we had
for
to
the-
cancel Valentine's multiple times, like one day out of the weekend, just because of weather. and
So it's
snow
just
and
got
stuff.
to a point
Yeah,
to
it
where,
wasn't worth it.
I mean, it's a cool thing,
Absolutely,
but
it was
yeah.
fun. It was a love and death tour. It was great.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, but
Yeah.
like if you can't, but
Right.
if you're canceling the
And
tours
the
because of
thing
weather.
with us and why we're always broke is doing those one weekend tours. It's just as much work getting ready as the whole October show.
Oh wow,
'Cause it's
yeah.
still a full new script. It's still
Uh-huh.
coming up with the props. It's still
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
up with everything, right?
Mhm.
But we only have 2 days to perform and try and get the money back, So
Mhm.
it's a little crazy. So we stopped doing Valentine's Day, and we do St. Patrick's Day now, which I was worried that we were just going to get nothing but drunk, so that's why I didn't do it. And
Yeah.
I've really been happily amazed. There's lots and lots of people that would like to do something for St. Patrick's Day that's not going to bars and programs.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
St. Patrick's Day goes pretty well for us, especially over the long winter. There's nothing going on in our
Everybody's
community,
like
right?
they're looking for something to
Right.
do by that point because it's
And
starting
so-
to thaw out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think we were the first with St. Patrick's Day, but we were certainly early
Mhm.
on that. Halfway to Halloween, like I said, we did it.
Summer. Yeah.
And then we stopped halfway to Halloween because everybody started doing halfway to Halloween. So I'm like, okay, well, the heck
it's
with
like,
that. Then I'm
yeah,
not
we're
doing
not
that anymore.
gonna.
So we
yeah.
started Summerween. We canceled that, started Summerween, and
okay.
pushed it back into June,
Yeah.
where we have to make sure our dates don't conflict with Pittsburgh Pride weekend,
Right.
and Pittsburgh Comic-Con weekend,
Yeah.
and the Living Dead weekend is in June, and Father's Day,
Yeah.
and all
yeah.
of that. So it's always dicey when we do it in June,
Yeah.
but it's very popular for the people that come.
That's
so.
good, yeah, because it's, at that point, you're looking forward to like the Spirit Halloween stores being
Right.
opened, and you're
Right.
like starting to be like, fall, especially after 4th of July. That's when okay, you know, you
Yep.
start to think about more like the fall season and
Yep,
yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so can you give us a little preview of what we can expect this year on
Yeah, I
Halloween?
can.
Yeah.
We're trying something different this year because we have our 4 shows in the calendar year: St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
Summerween, Halloween, and then Christmas. It's going to be one continual show. We're doing a story about 3 witches to try to do the Maiden Mother Crone
Ooh,
kind of thing,
yeah, it's
right?
a good thing, yes.
So, and to be honest, you can come to any of the shows and we give you a quick explanation at the beginning, so you don't need to have come to that.
Right.
You should come to all.
But you should come to all. Exactly.
Right.
You know.
You already missed 2, but you should come to all 4.
There you go.
And so at St. Patrick's Day, we did an overview talking about all 3 of them to set the characters.
Yeah.
I found this old Irish poem that actually named them.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sabrina, Deirdre, and Bridget. Well, we had used Deirdre as one of the castle ghosts. You know, kind of like in the Potter books, there's the house ghosts.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Deirdre was originally one of the fortune tellers, not the first one, but one of them, and she's still here as a ghost. And she has played part of the script here and there for a long time, right?
Oh,
Deirdre
wow.
the Sorrowful.
Yeah.
So then for Summerween, we concentrated on Sabrina. Not all of it, but you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for Halloween, we're doing Deirdre, then again a little
okay.
bit, and then for Christmas it'll be Bridget. But again, they're not the whole story.
Yeah.
The theme for the Halloween. So we did for St. Patrick's Day was Sisters of the Shamrock, so that kind of
Nice,
did the 3
yeah.
of them. Summerween was the T-shirt just says I put a spell on you.
Yeah.
A little on the generic side.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about Sabrina, and it ended up with her. She had actually loved Swiss Family Robinson and stuff like that when she was a kid, and managed to stow away on a ship and go to the South Pacific, and she learned all this stuff, and we had different, not voodoo out there, but
Yeah.
similar kind of things that she learned and came back. So we had a whole tiki kind of track
Yeah.
that followed her, because one of the talisman that you got if you did the show right was you actually got a 3D printed, not
Yeah.
wood, little tiki idol.
Okay.
That's one of your things that we
Yeah.
custom made.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's fun. So then Deirdre, the title of the show for Christmas, for Halloween this year,
yeah.
is The Black Cat.
Ooh.
And it basically is going to be dealing with familiars. So wise women and witches familiars and stuff like that with it, and that's why it'll be the mother figure
Okay.
kind of doing that.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. I like how you guys also take from, like, especially Celtic lore and legend and everything.
Well, the
and
Macabre
you-
family.
Yeah,
yes.
the Macabre family. There you
Supposed
go.
to be our-
But
supposed to be our
but I do
background,
like
right?
that. Like, you know, and yeah, because I love like Celtic mythology, Celtic lore, Celtic history. So yeah, so I like how you guys like spin that into.
Well, I think
all
it
your
gives it an
themes,
air of
yeah.
legitimacy too. I mean, there are some things that we just make up.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that sound
Of
right. that we
course,
just make
yeah.
up, you know. But you never know. There's some of the stuff that's hardcore legit
Mm-hmm.
too. You know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so how does Gravely spend Halloween?
Like Halloween Day or the season?
The season.
No, the season anymore, since I'm not as young as I used to be when I started all of this. You're gonna almost always just find me in the gift shop at the end, so we can chat and make sure you had a good time.
Yeah.
And things like that. In a pinch, I jump into a scene where if I'm needed,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But my daughter, my wife, my granddaughters, all that have kind of wanted to turn me just into Castle Blood's spooky grandpa Mickey Mouse.
Aw.
Go say hi to Gravely and so, which means I'm running around every show day taking care of stuff. So
Yeah.
by the time I put my costume on, I'm actually done for the day.
Yeah. You're like,
You know,
okay,
I can
costume
just-
on, I'm good.
I can just sit in the cushy chair in the gift shop, and if
Mhm.
anybody needs me, they know where to find me.
They know
for
where to
something.
find you. There you
I have
go.
great
Yeah.
I have great managers that are roaming around taking care of everybody and
Mhm.
all like that.
That's
So
good.
it's not an issue.
Yeah, and how about Halloween Day?
Halloween, Day, you know, this year Halloween Day.
Halloween
How am I spending it? Halloween Day.
Yes.
We're open Halloween night.
Woo! All right.
Halloween Day, we have a wedding here.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I just was
That is
speaking. I was speaking to the
awesome.
groom to be this afternoon, actually.
That
Because
is
it's like,
great.
well, we're only a couple months out. We should start getting together what you really want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yep, we did. This will be the second. Yeah, this will be the second time we've had a wedding on Halloween.
That is, oh wow. So yeah, so hey, if you want a spooky wedding, you know, kind of like, you know, hey, hit up.
I mean,
hit up the castle owner.
you gotta remember, there's a whole lot of things we got to go through because we're open that day.
Right.
We're open that night.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's going to be an afternoon wedding.
Right.
They got to get out of here and be done before the cast starts showing up for the performance in the evening. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes actually a couple of our cast members got married here, but they did it on November 1st.
Oh, okay. So the day, so like the day after Halloween.
So they always, so it's kind of like which they can't have their anniversary this year because we're open November 1st.
Right, yeah. No, hey, cool. Like what? Hey, one last hurrah for Halloween. Love it. Yeah.
That's right,
yeah. And you guys do a like a non-scare matinee show for like the kids.
We do on Sunday afternoons.
Okay,
you still get the full tour. You still get to play all the games and the magic and everything like that. But the lights are on, so it's kind of as bright as it is right now. And they can come in costume.
Okay.
And instead of having the scare actors where they are, those are trick-or-treat stations.
Oh, okay. So they get like their treats there.
Right,
and, yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So we actually do that. We don't do Sunday night shows anymore. We do all 4 Sundays in October.
Oh, okay.
As
Just
the
matinee
matinees
only.
now,
Okay.
So
Yeah, good to
from
know.
2 to 4 on Sunday. It's a cheaper price. It's a great way to get people started in haunting. Or if you love Halloween and you're just squeamish about what you think haunts are.
Yeah.
Or, to be honest, if you just want to come see the castle again in the light, because
Without
you're also
all the
allowed to
bells
take
and
a couple
whistles,
of pictures here and
Yes.
there. You know, the reason we don't let you take pictures during the show is because you blind the actors with some flash.
Of course,
and, you know, whatever. It's not,
Yeah.
we want you to see everything. You know,
Yeah.
that part's not a problem, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that's really cool that you guys do that.
Yeah, so come out early. Come out the first couple of weekends in October when it's not really as crowded.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And what is your favorite aspect of the Halloween season?
Being with my friends and family, to be honest. You know, it's like all my family that's still alive, you know, any of them that are still on the planet, as far as I know, almost every year come to perform.
That is so cool, yeah.
Even the young ones now. We have 8.5, 11, one turned 16 as the grands. So yeah, we have third generation of performers.
Oh wow! Yeah, I love
here
it.
now. So that's kind of the thing. It's the family deal, you know. We rarely all get together on Christmas, to be honest.
Oh wow! So Halloween's like
Halloween
your
really
big
is
family.
The family thing, yeah. Well, because a lot of the family is not from Western Pennsylvania; they're scattered, you know.
Yeah.
So Christmas is a pain to travel if you have other obligations at Christmas. Nobody has other family obligations on Halloween.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite Halloween tradition? Other than being here, yeah.
No, not really. I mean, because we're just so wrapped up in putting on the show for everybody else. You know, it's like kind of like, well, what's Santa Claus's personal, private Christmas tradition? Santa ain't got time for that.
Santa doesn't have time for that. No, yeah.
Eating cookies and sleeping.
And sleeping, yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, and like, what do you hope people will, you know, when they visit the castle? Like, what do you hope they'll take away from, you know, from their visit?
You know, I think I've said this before, not to you, to someone else. My biggest hope is that they have a really fun, crazy drive home talking about what just happened to them. You know, I mean, I don't think you ever like actually come alone. You usually come with other people. I usually come with
other people,
and you want to just debrief each other on how they do this, what was that, is that what we were supposed to do if they failed, you know? Stuff like that, or, you know, some of the things we do are mentalism effects, so we don't tell you, look at this magic trick. We never do that. Things happen, and we use magical props to make them happen. But, you know, early on we thought, well, if we're vampires, or if we're ghouls, or if we're all these preternatural beings, there's your 50 cent word of the day, boys and girls, preternatural. If we tell you we have powers, well, we have to show you we have powers. Or else why are you going to believe anything we say?
Of course, yeah.
So by doing things like that, you know, like the hokey people that you go, oh, I can do a cold reading, I'll tell you about, you know, you have a big giant audience, and does anybody here have an Uncle named C? Oh yes, oh, he read my mind.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right, no, somebody has an uncle with a name that starts with C. You know, and then they dive in on that person kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
well, we know how to do all that stuff, which is why we don't go to see those kind of shows. I mean, unless it's a friend of us performing, because then you want to see it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Right.
Of course.
You know, we don't go to we used to go to Miss Lily's in New Jersey, which was a big old time, like 50s style, real seance theater.
Wow.
Like really totally rigged. It was in a house. And the whole house was totally rigged
Oh wow.
to have all this ghost stuff happen. You know, and it's like, oh, we'll go to that because then we spend the whole drive home. That was great. How did they do that? So those kind of memories are actually what we are hoped for with the show the most.
Oh yeah.
You know, whether you get scared and you've got that adrenaline rush, whether you fell in love with the pretty or handsome vampire, whether you know you can't have their number, you know, any of the stuff that you experienced while you were in here is great. We're just hoping that we've built memories for you and your friends and your family. You know, because we have generational customers now too.
Yeah.
You know, people that came here as teenagers. When they got older, they brought their new spouse for the first time here, and now they bring their kids to the matinees.
Yeah.
That's very rewarding.
Yeah, like people keep coming back, and people are repeat customers.
And we're a weird haunt. We're not the big scary haunt. We're not the graphic violence haunt. We don't do the numbers. You know, I tell people that what we do in a whole season, the big haunts near here would be pulling their hair out going crazy if that's what they did in a night.
Yeah.
Some of them. You know, we have 2 giant haunts in this area, actually 3 giant haunts in this area. And if it was a slow, rainy Sunday, and they did what we do for the whole year, they'd be going, oh my God, how are we going to pay the bills?
How are we going to pay the bills? Yeah.
Right. So I know we don't all, I mean, I think we should appeal to everybody who loves Halloween. You know, and I know that's not 100% of the country's population.
Oh, of course, yeah. But
because I do think people come here, and some of them do still go to all the other kind of haunts, because they're just into all of it.
Yeah.
But there are, especially once you get a little older, to be honest, you don't want to run from the chainsaw guy anymore. Especially if it's an outdoor haunt and stuff like that. It's like, no, I did it a million times. I love it. I just, you know.
Oh man, but but I do like how you guys really kind of capture that like kind of very old school spirit of Halloween. You know, and it's and I think that it has like this really great sense of nostalgia to it, and I think that's what keeps people coming back.
I think so. I hope so. I mean, that's, you know, when they built Professor Scry. He uses the phrase that from Disney, that like Main Street USA is the history you wish you remembered. It probably wasn't just like, it's an idealized memory. Well, that's what I'm trying to do here with Halloween. It's an idealized memory. This is the Halloween you think how it used to be. And you're wearing a hat from Spirit, right? So when I grew up in New Jersey in the 60s, my neighborhood looked just like the neighborhood in the Wonder Years. Okay. Just, it was an old farm. Big house in the middle, and they plowed it down and put in 3-bedroom ranch houses everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, right around the corner for me was this kid whose birthday, at the same age as me, his name was Ricky too.
Okay.
And he was born in October, and he had the giantest, like you see on TV, Halloween parties. Like you think Halloween parties should be when you're a kid.
Right.
It was like that for our whole neighborhood. And he lived across the street from the big farmhouse.
Okay,
Where the family still lived there, and you would actually, kind of like in Hocus Pocus, rich people going to make us drink cider. We would go up there, and you'd go inside, and you'd get a donut, and you'd drink cider, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And the funny thing, or the interesting thing about Ricky and me, is we've kept in touch, and because, of course, once we got old, social media happened, right?
Yeah.
He's an executive at Spirit.
Oh,
you know, the little charity wristbands that they do, whatever? That's him. He's in charge of all that.
Oh.
So we lived 8 houses.
I have a couple of those wristbands, so yeah.
So two kids named Ricky from New Jersey, from the same neighborhood, 7 or 8 houses apart. It's ended up being our lives.
That is so cool.
I
like you guys completely bonded over Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, but and you guys are open through October, correct?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in October, plus November 1st, that Saturday night.
Okay, yeah, good. And where can people find you if they want to like follow you on social media? I know you guys just opened up a Patreon, so
So the website is thecastleblood.com. The TikTok is officialcastleblood.com. Not .com. Official Castle Blood. The Instagram, I believe, then is also thecastleblood.com. The Patreon is just /Castleblood. If you want to be an honorary denizen here, just go visit the Patreon, because any of our paid levels makes you an honorary denizen, and it must be because we're all old show folks. We're not asking for charity. You get all kinds of tons of good stuff if you sign up on.
Yeah, I saw all the stuff that you get on the Patreon.
Some of it is even
tier.
some of it is even one of a kind, custom made things for you.
That is really cool. So
pretty cool stuff, and we could really use your help, because the Patreon. I mean, we haven't raised our prices since before the pandemic, and just think about it. If anything else in your life hasn't raised the prices since then, but all of my stuff that I have to get, including every monthly bill, we're only open for 4 shows a year, but we have 12 months a year of bills.
Because the bills don't stop coming for only 4 times a year.
They do
It would be nice if they did, but
so we're hoping that the Patreon can take a little edge off of that.
I joined the Patreon, so I look forward to getting my stuff. So
it's appreciated.
You're welcome. So any other parting words that I don't know if I should say that in a funeral home, but but any last man, I can't say that without having it sound so morbid. But okay, anything else that you want to say to people?
Only that, as has been said about us, if you love Halloween in general, in any of its guises, I guarantee you're not going to find a more unique and interesting place to go to than the castle. And because of the different shows we do, we have age-appropriate shows for everybody. So if you want to do anything in the spirit of Halloween in October, or you're such a hardcore you need your fix the rest of the year. If you've never been here before, give us a try. As small as we are and as unique as we are, this is going to be our 33rd year.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like,
I know you guys have been around for quite some time.
Something's going right.
Yeah, you're doing something right if you've been around for that long.
I mean, we're not we run like a community theater group, so nobody's getting big salaries here or anything like that. But when you come, you'll see where all the money gets spent.
Oh yeah, and and it's worth it. It's worth the ticket. It's worth the Patreon.
It's about an hour-long tour. It's $25 the evening shows, but it's an hour-long tour. I don't even think we're average price. I think we're on the bottom tier as far as how much.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then most other haunts you run through and average is 20-25 minutes maybe. Maybe our friends at 100 Acre, because they are our friends, that might be 45 minutes.
I think they're a little bit they're a little bit longer, but they're like a ginormous place and everything. So
3 different haunts that are just back to back to it. So 15 minutes each up to 3 days, right?
Although sometimes it can seem like a really long time when you have those chainsaw guys chasing after you.
True.
So
or it's so crowded that you're just in a conga line.
This is true.
One nice thing about the castle is we do 5-minute timing. Most haunts, they'll put in a group every 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
We do 5 minutes. So unless you hear other groups screaming, there's times where you won't know if you're the only one in here. Because there's nice gaps between the groups. So.
Very cool. So definitely make Castle Blood part of your Halloween plans, and if you need your fix, part of your Christmas plans, part of your St. Patrick's Day plans, and part of your Summerween plans. But but thank you very much for
no problem. It's great to see you again.
It's always great to come back here, and and I love it here. I love just the nostalgic feeling of it, and how you guys really keep the whole magic of Halloween alive, and just what it really is. It's about just having fun, and and just telling spooky stories, and although Christmas, that's actually an old Christmas tradition.
That's right.
So that was one thing that people did at Christmas time, so it's pretty appropriate that you guys also have a Christmas show. But well, thank you again so much, and I am Tiffany Appen. This is the After Hours channel, and like I said, this will also be on the Bonfires and Castles podcast for our Halloween and Samhain shows. So take care, and definitely visit Castle Blood. They're open, Friday,
Saturday, and Sundays in October, plus November 1st.
All right, and then if you have kids, or if you're not too into the big scares, you can come Sunday for their matinee show. So, all right, thanks very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Cute enough weird couple. We're
Yeah,
good.
there you go. Okay. All right, just gonna put this here between us. All right. And 3, 2,